And we have, right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that.
Well, today on Fox News at 4, the war in the Middle East is widening. We are breaking down everything we know about the attacks against Iran and the growing fallout. This as President Trump warns operations could last several weeks.
And the crackdown on underage drinking during spring break has already started. We'll tell you about the changes at Orange Beach to keep everyone safe.
And the weather is beautiful out there. We have clear conditions. Your forecast looks mild. I'll have your outlook for the work week coming up.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 News starts now.
This is not a so-called regime change war, but the regime sure did change, and the world is better off for it. We didn't start this war, but under President Trump, we are finishing it.
Well, hello and welcome into Fox News at 4. I'm Shelby Myers.
I'm Lenise Lagan. We have a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and start. First, the story everyone is talking about, Shelby, and that would be the conflict in the Middle East, spiraling further as the U.S. and Israel's war with Iran enters day 3.
And this is all part of a campaign that President Trump says could last several weeks. Here's what we know so far. Early Saturday, the U.S. and Israel launched attacks on Iran, calling it the beginning of, quote, Operation Epic Fury.
President Trump confirmed Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed in the attack, along with several other senior members. Iran then retaliating with large-scale missiles and drone strikes against several Israeli and U.S. military installations spanning across several Middle Eastern countries.
4 American soldiers based out of Kuwait were killed in retaliation. Now Iran is scrambling to replace Khamenei as the country's top official says Tehran, quote, will not negotiate with the United States.
All right, Maribel Gonzalez is bringing us the very latest now on the conflict as the president makes his first remarks with the war against Iran.
Today, the United States military continues to carry out large-scale combat operations in Iran to eliminate the grave threats posed to America by this terrible terrorist regime.
In his first remarks since strikes in Iran started Saturday, President Donald Trump said Iranian leaders ignored U.S. warnings not to rebuild its nuclear program.
An Iranian regime armed with long-range missiles and nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat.
The president also told CNN Monday that the U.S. military is, quote, knocking the crap out of Iran, but the big wave is yet to come. At least 4 American service members have already been killed.
In their memory, we continue this mission with ferocious, unyielding resolve.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the U.S. strikes on Iran are not meant to be a regime change, but called on Iranians to, quote, to take advantage of the opportunity while explaining the president's mission.
Destroy the missile threat, destroy the Navy, no nukes.
The war is sending shockwaves across the globe, disrupting air travel and hiking gas prices in the U.S. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries called on lawmakers to pass a war powers resolution in a vote expected later this week.
The American people want us to focus on making their life better, making their life more affordable, not getting involved in another endless war in the Middle East that is going to end in failure.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
We will continue to bring you the latest details on this story on air and on Fox10TV.com.
And you can also use the free Gulfstream TV app to get the latest updates on Operation Epic Fury.
Right now, we're following a shooting from West Mobile. It happened earlier today. 1 man is dead. Police say they're looking for 2 or 3 people they believe are responsible. Brendan Kirby is joining us now with the very latest on this. Brendan, bring everyone up to speed.
Lenise, it happened just before 11:30 this morning in the intersection of Valdez Drive and Skipper Drive. That's off of Athey Road. Mobile Police spokesman Blake Brown says investigators brought a man in for questioning, but so far he hasn't been charged. Brown says that when officers arrived, they found a man who had been shot multiple times lying in the street. Investigators canvassed the neighborhood, searching for witnesses and looking for home security footage that might have captured the assailants. Brown says that the assailants were on foot and ran toward Athey Street, according to witnesses.
Right now, we are looking for 2 subjects at least, possibly a 3rd suspect. In this case, but at this point, the investigation is still ongoing.
I talked with some neighbors who heard gunshots this morning. They say it's not the first time there's been gunfire in the area. Reporting live from the Breaking News Desk, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.
Okay, Brendan, thank you. Let's go now to Montgomery, where we could see the state legislature start budget discussions this week. Every year, lawmakers must pass two budgets, a general fund and a separate education fund. Our Alabama political correspondent, Jessica Umbro, joins us live in the Capitol studio now. Jessica, what can we expect to hear during the negotiations?
We can expect education to be a big focus. Governor Ivey's recommended budget is already more than last year's record-breaking nearly $10 billion education budget. But those recommended budgets are just that, recommended. We're expecting to see changes to individual investments. Governor Ivey had said in her State of the State just a couple of months ago that she wants to give teachers a 2% pay increase. But House Minority Leader Anthony Daniels says he wants a raise of at least 5%. He also said he does not agree with Governor Ivey's idea to raise Choose Act funding by $250 million for the 2027 to 2028 school year. That program gives families up to $7,000 to enroll their child in the school of their choice.
Don't understand why we increase the amount that we're giving to the Choose Act when we've not seen little to no performance, increase in performance as a result.
This will help even more families receive the education that is best suited for their child. Y'all are students are why I chose to run for a second full term.
Passing these two budgets is actually the only thing that lawmakers are required to do by the state's constitution in order to have a successful legislative session. Notably, the state does also get billions of dollars every year from the federal government as well. Live in Montgomery, Jessica Umbro, Fox 10 News.
All right, Jessica, thank you. And Governor Ivey's recommended general fund is slightly less than the 2026 fiscal year. The recommended budget is about $3.7 billion. Let's take a look outside and get your updated forecast now. Sunny, not a cloud in sight in this shot. Spring, you can almost feel it. It's right around the corner and we're getting a little taste.
Yeah, the weather has been beautiful, Shelby, as we're seeing in that picture there. Let's go ahead and get to Jason now. Let's jump right into it.
So yeah, it's not officially spring, but I think, you know, meteorologically speaking, we're there, right?
So no more cold fronts?
Well, we may still see one or two setbacks, but I checked the long-range models, and it looks like it will be above average going forward for the next 10 to 14 days.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's good. Hey, and it is spring break, too. So we want to show you the beach forecast. And a couple things to talk about here. There is a medium rip current risk, and that's going to be the case all week. It's just going to be a little too rough to swim. The other problem is the water temperatures are cold. The water temperature is 64 degrees and air temperatures are going to be held down near the beaches. It's still going to be pretty at the beaches this week, at least for the first part of the week. We may see some clouds, maybe a few isolated showers late in the week. What a perfect day today. If we look tighter here, you can see right in through here, just some little small clouds, little small fair weather cumulus clouds coming in these little streaks off of the Gulf. We're getting more sunshine than cloud cover out there. And taking a look at what's happening here, our forecast looks good for Mobile County, for Baldwin County, and Pensacola. All right, here's what we're seeing and tracking over the next 10 hours, and the temperatures are not going to be quite as cool tonight. Temperatures will level off at around 60 degrees with our overnight lows tonight. So tomorrow morning, we expect to see pretty decent conditions. Our temperatures will be in the mid 60s early and upper 60s by 10 o'clock. We could see a little bit of patchy fog. So coming up, we'll talk about the fog threat this week, and we'll look ahead. Some rain showers will appear late in the forecast. I'll have more on that and what we're expecting coming up.
In Baldwin County, Orange Beach is cracking down on the crowds for spring break. Once more, they are closing a portion of Alabama Point over safety concerns.
Yeah, and that's where we find our Hal Sherrick live now. Hal, where you are looks like a prime spot for spring breakers, but talk about the concerns.
Well, guys, I'm right now at the foot of the Perdido Pass Bridge. You can see that behind me. I'm on the west side, right across the channel from the area that is now closed over on the east side. And as you might imagine, there are a number of concerns that come with large crowds of teens and young adults. Now, Alabama Point Beach at Perdido Pass is a popular destination because of its ease of access and calm waters. Those calm conditions can be deceptive, though. Beach safety officials maintain red flag warning conditions year-round because of boat traffic and swift tidal currents. The city has roped off that section of beach between the boardwalk at Gulf State Park and the bridge, as it's done for several years. City leaders say the closure began after crowds of young people began gathering there during spring break, jumping from the bridge pilings, underage drinking, and getting into fights.
The area we have blocked off, traditionally it could be hidden from view, and we couldn't see problems before they occurred. That was a great place for them to congregate because, again, they were out of view. But now we've taken you, we put you back in view. And on our state park beaches, there is no alcohol allowed. That is a state park rule.
Yeah, this closure will last through spring break. That's another few weeks. At that point, police tell me they'll reevaluate and see if it needs to stay closed any longer. Now, reaction to the closure of this beach is mixed. Coming up at 5 o'clock, you'll hear from some locals and visitors alike. Reporting live in Orange Beach, Hal Sherritt, Fox 10 News.
All right, looking out there right now with our Eastern Shore Toyota Hyundai camera here. We've got a good flow of travel going on today as we look from Daphne back towards Mobile. And a lot of green on the map, so we're seeing a very nice flow of travel, fast flowing roadways across the area. Afternoon is young, but no major delays out there. Coming up on Fox 10 News as we get closer to the 5 o'clock rush hour, we'll have another update on traffic.
All right, thank you, Jason. Well, boaters who normally use Galvez Landing will need to make other plans this week.
Yeah, our Stephen Moody is telling you about the temporary closing there and where you can get out on the water.
The Galvez Landing boat ramp is temporarily closed starting today for maintenance, and boaters spent the morning finding alternatives. That includes Charter Captain Gavin Nelson, who uses this ramp for work.
So I'm a charter captain and I use this ramp every day. I pick my customers up here and I drop them off here every day. So it'll definitely impact me this week while it's closed. I'll have to use another ramp and maybe figure out another place for my customers to park. Well, this is the first day of it, so we're trying to get the routine down right now. Last night we just called them and said, hey, we don't know exactly how it's going to work, but we'll figure it out in the morning.
While crews complete that work, residents can still launch their boats at several alternate locations across Escambia County. Those include the Mahogany Mill boat ramp, the Navy Point boat ramp, and the Perdido Bay boat ramp. Nelson says one of the closest options comes with a fee, which can create challenges for charter businesses and their customers.
The closest one is the state park, which you actually have to pay to get on. So for our business, having customers, things like that, it makes it a little awkward.
He also says boaters should make sure to check online for updates.
Well, it's obviously hard to tell. There's not anything, no big signs or anything like that down here. So if I didn't look online, I wouldn't know. So it's definitely good for people to check online.
Officials say the ramp should reopen next Monday, but that could change if weather delays the work. Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
Ahead on Fox News at 4, a local center created to deliver care to the underserved is getting ready for a special celebration. We are talking about it in a studio interview next. Plus, experts taste testing an unearthed 150-year-old bottle of booze. And custom agents say they intercepted an illegal shipment of weapons from the Bronze Age. That's in today's Take a Look at This. First, let's go back outside. It is gorgeous out there. Yellow flags at last check at the beach. Warm and sunny. Thank you for watching Fox 10 News at 4. Stay close.
Not as much as last year, but we got some.
Be part of the team and share your story on the Fox 10 weather app.
Hey, welcome back. Franklin Primary Health is inviting you to an unforgettable night as the center is celebrating 51 years of service to the community. So here with the information on the Franklin Buskey Gala is Representative Napoleon Bracey Jr. Thank you for stopping by.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me.
We were just talking about just the time that has spanned with Franklin. So many new centers over that period. 51 years.
Yes, ma'am. 51 years, over 20 centers, 6 counties in South Alabama, and just providing all sorts of services to the community.
And it's good that that resource is available and in counties all over, not just Mobile, but Baldwin and beyond. I think now a lot of people really need that service too that Franklin provides.
Right, they do. If you think about like right now, even today, people are talking about the possibility of gas going up. Right. With Franklin providing quality health care, regardless of a person's ability to pay, that makes a difference because people can continue to live healthy lives based off of the mission of Franklin.
And there's been a lot of work that Franklin has done in the community. We've talked about it here on Fox 10. And this night coming up in less than 2 weeks, right?
Correct.
It is all to celebrate that work. So what can people expect?
It'll be a great night. It'll be entertainment. We're naming the gala the Franklin Buskey Gala after my mentor, Representative James Buskey. Our speaker for the evening will be Congressman Shamari Figurs. We'll have a band there, and we'll have solo acts. It'll be a lot of entertainment.
Wow.
And it'll just be a great time, great food. It's a black tie event.
Okay, so dress up.
Oh, yeah. Put on your best.
That's right.
Put on your best, and it'll be an opportunity for people to go out and do something really, really positive to make a real, true impact, and they'll be able to see their dollars make a difference in the community where we live.
Yeah, and to continue a discussion on something that affects everyone, and that is quality health care. We were talking about the late Mr. Buskey, and I didn't know that he was your mentor.
Yes, ma'am. He was. He sat next to me on the floor of the House, and we had a joke that Representative Buskey was elected to the House of Representatives a year before I was born. And we had the opportunity for me to do things to help him, and he learned a lot from me as well as far as technology. Representative Buskey went from a flip phone to a cell phone. So
I'm sure that was a transition for him too.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
So it is expected to be a great evening, and as you mentioned, Representative Shamari Figurs will be the guest speaker.
Yes, ma'am. With so many rural hospitals closing, it shows the need for organizations like Franklin in the community, and he'll be able to kind of bring some insight to us on exactly why Franklin is needed and kind of give a call to action. And we're still asking people, if you want to participate, if you like to support this mission, if you like to become a sponsor, you can go to franklinprimary.org. It's an opportunity there for you. And again, you can see where your dollars are really making a true impact right here in the community where we live.
I'm glad you mentioned the needed support for sponsorship, but also people can get their tickets too.
Yes, ma'am. You can get it all right there online at franklinprimary.org.
Okay, we are out of time. Is there anything else you want to add?
It's going to be a night to celebrate and one that definitely to remember, and it's in honor of two great men. Dr. Franklin and also Representative Buskey, two men that gave a lot to this community.
Yeah, and continue to with the work of the center.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for stopping by.
Yes, ma'am.
Always good
Thank
to
you.
have you here. And we're going to have this information posted on foxntv.com so you can watch it and share it with someone you know, and also get the information there on sponsorship and tickets. Look for it shortly after this newscast on fox10tv.com.
All right, looking from downtown Mobile as we track conditions over towards the Eastern Shore. This view is sponsored by Eastern Shore Toyota, and you can see blue skies out there, partly cloudy with our Dolphins cam. Your beach forecast, it's okay, but not perfect. Couple of things going on here. This is spring break season, so we're going to start showing the beach forecast from now through about August and September as we get into the peak of our tourist season. And we are looking at a medium rip current risk. Now, the water temperatures are really too cold to swim, but it's also a little too rough, so just keep that in mind. I know a lot of people aren't that tempted to swim when the air temperature is only 73 degrees and the water temperature is around 63, 64 degrees, but some may be tempted to venture out. We do have a medium risk of rip currents, and rip currents are the #1 weather-related hazard as far as deaths and fatalities in our area, so it's definitely something serious to be aware of. Checking out our morning forecast in Mobile for tomorrow, we will see a little patchy fog around. Temperatures in the mid-60s, warming up into the upper 60s by 10 o'clock. Spring is basically here. Of course, in March, we can see changes in cold fronts and even occasionally a light freeze, but we don't see anything in the short term. This is your fog tracker, and we're going to take it into tomorrow morning. You can see some of that fog possible. Leaksville, Chatham, Grove Hill, Calvert, Bay Minette, Fairhope, a lot of areas showing the potential of about half-mile visibility or less. So we may see some patchy, dense fog early tomorrow morning. It looks like a pretty fast into it. You can see the sunnier conditions building in and the clear skies building in through 7 a.m., especially over the eastern side of the forecast area. No major fog right now, so we're looking good there. And there are a few little small puffy clouds out there this evening. Otherwise, it's about as good as it gets with our forecast today. Our temperatures are running in the 70s in most spots, and look at the difference between the inland areas and the coast. Pascagoula 71, Gulf Shores 72. It's only 70 in Pensacola and it's 69 degrees in Destin, but we are at 80 in Leakesville and Chatham. That's about a 10-degree difference between the coastal areas and the inland areas, and that's going to be a big theme as we go through the week. The water temperatures really have a big influence on those daytime highs. Tonight's lows down around 57 in Mobile, so a little cool. Upper 50s along I-10, low 50s in the inland spots, and right at 60 degrees in Gulf Shores and Pensacola. Tomorrow, we'll see another day where temperatures are closer to 70 near the coast and up near or above 80 into the inland parts of the forecast area. Checking ahead for the rest of the week, we're not going to see much rain through the middle part of the week, hardly any chance through Thursday. We'll jump into the weekend where a few scattered showers are possible, but it looks like high pressure is going to be strong enough that it should keep significant rain from coming here. There will be rain to the north and west if you're traveling, but things look to be in pretty good shape as we head into the weekend.
All right, Jason, good news there. Thank you. A still full 150-year-old bottle of booze is found buried in a Utah ghost town. So archaeologists and local distillers teamed up to taste test the mystery spirit inside. Jeremy Roth explains in today's Take a Look at This.
Archaeologists got a literal taste of the past when they used tools and tech to sample a 150-year-old mystery spirit inside a bottle unearthed from a buried mining town in Utah. According to the Utah State Historic Preservation Office, the bygone-era bottle of booze was one of thousands of artifacts unearthed during a construction project turned major excavation in the historic ghost town of Alta. Other found items include a leather mining hat, bullets, shot glasses, a 16-pound dumbbell, and much more. But it was the mystery bottle, still corked and dated to between 1870 and 1890, that proved most intriguing, and archaeologists teamed up with a local distillery using a needle to extract the vintage spirit so they could sample it. The question is, how did it taste?
Dried fruit notes. There's a little bit of vinegar to it, but surprisingly, I think it had held up after being in a bottle under the ground for 150 years.
Officials suspect it may have been some sort of sherry or beer and plan further tests to try and pin down this boozy blast from the past. Speaking of the past, Customs and Border Protection officials got a taste of the Bronze Age, not literally this time, when they intercepted an illegal shipment containing dozens of copper alloy short swords and arrowheads. A local archaeologist found they date back some 4,000 years. KYW reports the treasure trove was seized at the Philadelphia International Airport, is suspected to have been looted from burial sites in the Middle East, and may have been destined for sale on the black market. But now CBP says officers will safeguard the antiquities until next steps can be determined.
The truth is there's no value because they're illegal. When you loot cultural heritage out of the ground and take it away, you destroy those nations.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Well, comedian Cat Williams is bringing a film production hub to Alabama. It's not your typical Hollywood setup either. Find out what makes it unique next on Fox 10 News at 4.
Lexus of Mobile is proud to sponsor the Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and justice for all.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance, sponsored by Lexus of Mobile.
Maybe we should settle this one. Don't hesitate. Call Dean Wade. 265-1000.
SAG-AFTRA, the Screen Actors Guild, changing the name of its honors this year to the Actors Awards to emphasize the only industry honor given solely to actors by actors.
Kristen Bell once again hosted. Honoree Noah Weil returned to the stage with the cast of The Pit to accept the award for Best TV Drama Ensemble.
Seth Rogen topped that, taking the podium 3 times. As the studio won Best TV Comedy Ensemble, and he accepted individual honors for himself and the late Catherine O'Hara. Harrison Ford received a Life Achievement Award.
And Michael B. Jordan won Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor for Sinners, then rejoined the cast on stage to accept Best Motion Picture Ensemble. I've seen Sinners.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
When did you see it?
I finally watched Sinners.
You did not.
Probably 2 months ago or so. Yeah, I thought I told you. It was
Really?
good.
Yeah, I know, it is good.
Yeah, I have not seen any of the others, so I cannot.
Other movies that are nominated?
Or any of those award winners right there.
Oh.
That they talked about.
Yeah, I've not seen The Pit, but I've heard good things about it.
The Studio with
I've
Seth
not
Rogen?
seen The Studio.
Me either.
But that's not really my thing.
Yeah, comedy.
Congratulations, we'll say.
Well, speaking of comedy, Emmy Award-winning comedian Cat Williams is creating a production hub for students in Anniston, Alabama.
Hey now.
It's being built at the old Fort McClellan Army base there.
We need to take a tour.
Yeah.
Williams is teaming up with Mouse College to create that hub. It's going to be called Kemet Movie Works. It's going to focus on giving students opportunities to work in artificial intelligence and augmented reality in film.
So the base even has some of the needed equipment already, including 2 state-of-the-art sound stages. Williams says he's excited about leaning into the new world of AI and bringing diversity to the industry outside of Hollywood.
That's interesting. He's leaning into the tech. A lot of people in that industry are kind of, well, the actors at least, they are shutting it or trying to shut it down.
It reminds me kind of what Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent, is doing in Shreveport, having his studio there.
True.
I wonder if it's because of cost of living and all of that rent and all that is cheaper in these southern states like Alabama and Louisiana.
Cat Williams. I've just not seen him in that role. I'm here for it.
Yeah, we will see. All right, next up, we're going to dive into those big breaking stories coming up on your news at 5.
We will also have this story.
If you're in the Save Student Loan Repayment Plan currently, which there's about 7 million borrowers on it, you will be made to choose a student loan repayment plan here in the next several months.
Okay, millions of borrowers will soon be forced to find a new way to pay.
So we're breaking down your options and how you can bring your student loan balance down. It's news for your wallet when Fox News at 4 returns.
Hurry, save 30%. Our anniversary sale won't last long. Call today for your free in-home estimate.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 News.
We want to get you caught up on the stories we're working on for your most local news at 5.
Yeah, first, the U.S. and Israel's war with Iran enters day 3. Tonight, we're hearing from a Northwest Florida congressman about the conflict.
And then new details in the case of a missing Chalk family revealed in court. They were taken from their home in Theodore about a month ago. What we are learning about some DNA results. And then the battle over access to Big Creek Lake continues with lawsuits piling up. New bills moving through the state legislature. We've got a lot to tell you about in less than 30 minutes. Coming up on Fox 10 News at 5.
All right, checking it out right now with our Eastern Shore Toyota view here from the Admiral. It is a blue sky situation, and here's what we have in the forecast as we look at what's happening on our Fox 10 weather app. We've got an update on a possible lunar eclipse early in the morning hours on Tuesday. It looks like the peak of the eclipse will be closer to sunrise. We may get to see that. Also, very nice spring-like temperatures in the forecast. Coming up here on Fox 10 News, we'll have more on that eclipse. Here's the deal. If we look at what's happening out there across the area, we keep seeing these beautiful shots like this one here out over West Mobile. This was taken, I actually took the picture out near Eliza Jordan Road looking west, and there is a controlled burn in the lower part of your picture. That's why it looks like clouds low on the horizon, a little bit of smoke showing up right through there. But we've had some beautiful weather across the Gulf Coast, and this is what we're seeing, a day planner that looks spring-like. 62, a little past patchy fog in the morning in Pensacola, then up to 70 in the afternoon with a pretty fresh breeze out of the southeast. It won't feel hot with that southeast wind, and you'll see this in Mobile tomorrow as well. Our temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, but we will have that southeast wind, and there is a little bit of a stronger chance of seeing some of that fog around early in the morning hours in Mobile. Right now it's 73. The flags are pointing towards Polecat Bay there, so that is a south wind. It's coming from the south, blowing to the north towards the Bayway from the battleship. Looking at what's happening here, you can see a few scattered clouds around Mobile County and Baldwin County. We're pretty quiet across the Panhandle and the inland areas, and it is nice weather for us here. There's nothing on radar. We'll look at your extended forecast coming up here on Fox 10 News.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Well, gas prices are starting to climb as the war with Iran rattles global oil markets, and analysts say even steeper increases are likely coming soon.
According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of regular was under $3 a gallon. That is up about 6 cents from a week ago. Analysts say drivers could see the prices go up 5 to 10 cents a day in the short term.
And they point to panic from wholesalers, some of which are raising prices by 25 cents a gallon out of fear of massive price increases. While gas prices normally spike this time of year because of seasonal demand, experts say the war with Iran has only sped up those increases.
Apple adding a budget model to its most recent lineup of mobile devices. The iPhone 17e costs around $600. Analysts say that could signify a demand for a less expensive option. The iPhone 17e has the latest A19 chip. Not all the frills of the more expensive models. Apple says it has twice the speed and entry-level storage of the company's last budget offering. Comes in black, white, and soft pink, and it'll be available for pre-order starting Wednesday. Big changes coming this year to student loan repayment plans. There's one that starts this summer, and you need to know about it if your student has loans. A consumer investigator, Rachel DePompa, explaining what you need to know right now in this Watching Your Wallet.
Starting in July, there will be a new income-driven repayment plan called the Repayment Assistance Plan. Robert Farrington, the founder of the College Investor, says this plan will be the default option for new student loan borrowers after July 1st, and it does things a little differently than existing plans.
It ties your monthly payment to 1 to 10% of your adjusted gross income, but it does have some really great features such as no negative amortization, which means your loan balance can never grow. And it also includes a $50 a month principal reduction subsidy. So if your monthly payment doesn't pay off at least $50, the government will make sure your balance goes down by at least $50.
Farrington says the trade-off is this is a 30-year repayment plan, not 20 or 25 like existing plans. So you may have to pay your student loans for a little longer, but you will always be making forward progress on those loans. And he says if you are an existing student loan borrower, your options for repayment are also narrowing.
If you're in the Save Student Loan Repayment Plan currently, which there's about 7 million borrowers on it, you will be made to choose a student loan repayment plan here in the next several months. We don't have the official timeline for that yet. We are waiting on final guidance from the Department of Education, but your options today are going to be the income-based repayment plan, or you could maybe wait until this new repayment assistance plan comes out.
Barrington says several current plans are being phased out, and you will likely have to make a choice at some point over the next year. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
All right, we've got a question for you. Can artificial intelligence give good medical advice?
More people are turning to chatbots for medical answers. Tech companies have started to offer programs that are specifically designed with health in mind. OpenAI now has ChatGPT Health. It analyzes your medical records and wellness apps information to help answer those questions.
AI company Anthropic is offering a similar health feature to some users of Claude chatbot. One real doctor, says AI is a great tool, but if it's used responsibly.
If you have severe symptoms and the kinds of things that we as physicians think of as as red flag symptoms that make us really worried. You know, if you have the worst headache of your life and you're not a headache person, if you wake up in the morning, your abdomen is just killing you, if you have chest pain, if you're significantly short of breath, those are the kinds of problems that you probably are going to need to see a healthcare professional.
And you know what? There's a wait list right now for OpenAI's ChatGPT Health. OpenAI and Anthropic say their programs are not meant to be a substitute for professional care and shouldn't be used to diagnose medical conditions.
Well, March is Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. MS is a chronic autoimmune disease affecting the central nervous system. And since women make up a majority of the 1 million Americans with MS, many patients get a double whammy of symptoms. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains how menopause can mimic MS and why knowing the difference matters.
It's a natural process that just about every woman will go through. Menopause can lead to hot flashes, night sweats, loss of bladder control, fatigue, sleep disruptions, mood changes, and memory problems. And for a woman who also has multiple sclerosis, these symptoms can overlap.
It's really difficult for many patients and providers to parse out which symptoms are due to which process.
Dr. Elise Carlson, a neurologist with Cleveland Clinic, says lower estrogen at menopause may contribute to the wearing down of the nervous system and changes in immune responses. So for MS patients going through menopause, it can be a double whammy.
And these symptoms can kind of feed off of each other, right? So if we're not addressing these things from one end or the other, they can make the symptoms worse.
That's why Carlson says it's important to talk to a doctor about those symptoms, because if the ones associated with menopause aren't treated, it can worsen already existing MS symptoms.
If these things aren't addressed, it can cause a lot of problems for many women and be very disruptive to their daily function and quality of life.
Carlson says doctors can help figure out if it's menopause or MS to blame and discuss what treatments can help bring some relief. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither. It's a natural process that just about every woman will go through. Menopause can lead to hot flashes.
Code. Stream free anytime on the Fox 10 Gulf Stream.
All right, so we expect to see a total lunar eclipse early tomorrow morning if we can see it. There may be some clouds, but this is what happens when the moon passes in the shadow of the Earth and it turns red. And most likely it'll be peaking out about 5:30 in the morning. Now, we are most likely not going to see the back end of it because it's going to start getting to be daylight. But the other issue we have is the potential for clouds and fog. Let's take a look at the forecast overnight tonight. And it looks like right there about 5:30 in the morning, we could see some fog and some low clouds. It's possible you'll still be able to see the moon through some of this. We'll check it out, but it also gets low on the horizon as well, so it makes it harder to see because the moon will be setting. Taking a look at our Fox 10 Futurecast as we finish out the morning, again, getting foggy over the western edge of the forecast area. Here's your satellite radar picture here. We've got a few scattered clouds in the area, and we will be looking for some of those to thicken up overnight tonight. Tomorrow, once the fog lifts, we'll have temperatures getting up to about 80 degrees. We're going to see some really warm temperatures again in the inland spots. We got a little taste of that today. And 79 in Bay Minette, 77 in Mobile, 72 in Pensacola, and 72 in Navarre, 75 in Pascagoula. Our extended forecast, spring-like conditions. Not spring weather because it's not officially there yet with the calendar, but it's basically there weather-wise. We're at 77 for tomorrow with a southeast breeze, 79 on Wednesday, 80 on Thursday, and then we'll start to see a few showers in the picture at the tail end of the week. Right now, we're not overly alarmed with the rain chances. Looks like daytime highs will be up around 80 and overnight lows will be in the mid-60s in your 7-day forecast.
Series
Series Today Hope for a Home, Fox 10 is partnering with Heart Gallery Alabama to find families for some very special children. Heart Gallery Alabama is a nonprofit organization dedicated to finding forever families for children in Alabama's foster care system. Today, we want you to meet Bonnie.
Kind, loving, and helpful.
That's how 12-year-old Bonnie describes herself. In school, Bonnie likes math.
Because it gives me a bit of a challenge, and I want to tend to love challenges.
She challenges herself in other areas too.
One of my favorite things to do is art, because I am very creative.
And outside the classroom, Bonnie is busy.
I play softball. I also do cheer and dance. I do jazz, ballet.
Her favorite colors are all colors. Her favorite food is pizza without mushrooms. Given the opportunity to travel, she would love to visit Japan. And her favorite movie?
I would say Moana too.
She's only 12, but Bonnie already has a pretty good idea what she wants to do when she finishes school.
An artist, singer, fashion designer, or fashion model. The fashion came up when I started drawing random outfits one day.
A goal she would love to share with a forever family. If you want to learn more about Heart Gallery Alabama's program or how to adopt a child from the foster care system, we have a link for you on our website, fox10tv.com, giving you a chance to complete your family and make dreams come true for a special child. You can watch this story and any of the other Hope for a Home stories we have done on our Fox 10 News Gulfstream TV app.
Coming up, meet the veterans finding healing on the trail. We'll show you how Warrior Hikes is mending hearts and minds next.
Well, apparently all we do around here is win. Call log.
Health scare sent a Las Vegas veteran to the trails, and he quickly found out hiking didn't just help his body, it healed his heart.
Yeah, the good sides. Evan Leake shows us how he's helping other veterans find the same healing.
With every step, Nathan French feels his problems disappear.
After I had a heart attack, I started walking a lot, and I realized that the walking was helping my mental health more than my physical health.
A realization putting Nathan on a path of purpose, starting the 22 walk 3 years ago.
So I started a 22-mile walk on Veteran Suicide Awareness Day, and we've only done one of those. Team Red, White, and Blue asked me to do a weekly hike, and I'm like, oh, I can do a monthly hike. And that started a few months ago, and here we are.
Call it a new mission for these military personnel. Warrior hikes with their new comrades to keep their minds clear.
We have 2 Army veterans that just met each other for the first time, and they're talking about, what units they were with and where they were at and, what they've seen, and that kind of builds that immediate camaraderie from someone that you've never met before in your life.
Ready to attack the hill. The journey to the mountaintop eventually leads to these veterans opening up, sharing stories of the power of mental health and the toll it can take.
I had a friend that was in my squad commit suicide in front of us, and so something's got to be done. Veteran suicide is completely unnecessary. If we can get out here and do stuff like this, and then I think we're actually being part of the solution, not the problem.
Maybe after the hike they'll pull me aside and they'll say thank you, like I needed that. I didn't even know I needed it. I didn't even know what this hike was all about, but now that I did it, I feel so much better.
Helping veterans reach new heights to get a better view of the valley and their lives. Evan Leake,